Hello humankind, hope you're well. My name's Steve Appleyard and I'm going to read you a poem called The Lamb Returneth. Way down deep down south, lonely clearing, haven's mouth. Distill those feelings deep down south, rage disaster, hot rage down south. Pull the white line, show the cross, lease the freehold, sell the plot, evict the weary, white man and all, release the gold and let them fall. Pure land washed with pure blood, drenched in truth and love, dust and bones hath scattered all who knew too much. Tales to make your heart ache, tales of wrath and war, tales to make the simple man ne'er want to go. Freeze the wholesome wonder, freeze those assets too. Freeze the good in times of bad, you won't know what to do. Stress the all of man, and let not one be untouched. Pledge to do all that you can, then raise you up as good. There's a heaven, sure as this is hell, but hell is what you've made of it, and there's no more to tell. See, there's a heaven for you to reach, and the written word is in your hand, and it's you who hath to teach. Now let the doubters doubt as they did in days of old, when the wizards and witches burned at the stake, for the Lamb was not so old. But now the Lamb returneth, and eyes of all shall see, that the day of night is to begin, when all shall trust in me. Let not there be a lantern dimmed this very ancient night. Let not the question of life seem true if it not be answered right. If words do fail the prophet and the journey is to end, then smite me down with edge of sword by truest of all friend. I like that. I like these. I like that. I know I've written it, but I like it because I don't, it just comes through. But I love it. Wherever I'm being fed from, I'm very grateful for it because it's. I really enjoy it. I enjoy writing. I do enjoy writing. I do. Anyway, and I love my music. I love music. I do. I love my music. It's funny, because I mentioned about a lead smelting, or I mentioned about a lead smelting factory, I think in one of the vlogs, I can't remember, but where I lived and I used to look out across the fields, there's a chimney, there was a lead smelting factory, and I actually worked there on 3 separate occasions. Yeah, I did, and whilst working there on that first time, that's when I wrote my first song, and that was, I think that was 1991, I think, and I had a little red book. I've still got it, and it just a tiny red book, and I was working on the baghouse. I didn't do that very often, and it was a sunny day, and I was just, I kept my eyes on what I had to keep my eyes on, but I got my pen and paper out and started writing a song. Yeah. So, but prior to that, I used to write funny stories and poems, for people. Yeah. I always loved it. Always loved writing, creative writing. I really enjoyed English. Didn't get a good grade in it, but I really enjoyed it. So, and then years down the line, I got working at this place. I was working at this particular place, and one of the lads could play guitar, and I told him I'd written some songs like. Well, actually, I'd been to America, and I'd come back, and I wrote about 20 odd songs off something, just like that, one after another, and a friend of mine, we'd been together on a health and safety course, and his wife were teaching, and that's when I met him a long time ago. And he said, I told him about the songs, you know, and he said, well, you know, why don't you come across and sing them, and we'll just put them together. So that's what we did. So I recorded 27 songs, and then sort of years down the line, this is the other guy now, or, you know, years down the line, because I just carried on writing songs then, and it were flowing. And this place where I was working with this guy, one night, I wrote four while sat on my fork truck. You know, we had a little computer, and it used to come up no tasks, you know. So I'd be straight out with my pen, and I'd be writing. And I wrote 4 sheets of A4, four songs on that particular night. Yeah. And, well, I say 4 songs, 4 sets of lyrics, you know. Some of them I put the music to afterwards, he made, you know, and then sung them into my phone as well. That's one thing what I used to do. If I'd get a tune, I'd sing it into my phone. So, and then it was a case of poor man's copyright then, you know, and that's stick it in the mail and mail it to yourself, you know, write on it, you know, just make a note and get it stamped and get it signed, sealed and delivered, and you've got proof then that it's your stuff, you know. So poor man's copyright. Anyway, so we got together, and he said, oh, well, a mate of mine, I've been in a band with him before, like, he plays drums. So we got together, and we started to do a little bit, you know. And it were a creative time. It were good. Enjoyed it. A creative time. But this is how it went. And, you know, it seems like a lot of things have gone in 5-year cycles with me. It seemed to have done anyway, because I tried to put a band together for 5 years. And every time we got close to doing a gig, somebody would bugger off. So we wouldn't do a gig, and then somebody else would come in. And then the dynamic would change then. So you'd start again. And you'd be writing different, taking a different, you know, like I say, dynamic. So you'd write again. And then they'd put their input in, and then it comes close to doing a gig, and then someone else would go, you know. 5 years and didn't do a gig. That were my university. That were my diploma. That were me. That were my life experience with regards to music and trying to work with musicians. And someone once said to me, you know, they said, 2 words that don't go together, and it's reliable and musician. Well, I mean, through my own experience, I could see where they were coming from. You know, I'm not saying that's the case. There are a lot of reliable musicians out there. But I think it was quite ironic that it resonated with me at that time, for sure. So, you know, and it all good experience. Great experience. Crikey. Yeah, great experience. And in some of the videos that I'll put up, there will be, you know, I think I will put some videos up where, only particular ones, you know, there's somewhat I won't be able to put up because, you know, I won't want any hassle from any old band members or, you know, you can't use this or you can't use that or whatever, you know, so we don't want to go down that route. I respect their wishes. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna stir-fried vegetables for you. It's going to be a windy night. So, yeah, but like I say, good experience. And then, but it always came back round to, you know, who can you rely on? You know, rely on yourself. Do it yourself. The amount of people what turned around to me and said, do it yourself. You know, just do it yourself. Just pick your guitar up and just go do it yourself. I'm not a prolific guitarist, but do you know what? I'm very privileged to have a talented son who can play. And I'm going to put, if I've not put the video up already, in fact, I'll put it up after this. I'm going to put a video up called The Virus. That'll be next video, either after this or, it'll be up shortly. But that's a blooming banging tune, is that? I do talk about that. I've lost count where I am with these, you see, because I'm doing a lot of recording and these vlogs, so kind of might be getting me mixed up, but The Virus will go up. Yeah, it's a good song. It's a good tune. And to say that lad of mine was 12 years old when he was just jamming out like that, just made it up like that, I mean, we both did. We made it up. I made lyrics up while we were singing, just belted it out. But that's how it flows, That's how the creation flows. If you're open to channeling, if you're open to it, a lot of people, just shut ourselves off, can't we, from stuff, wrapped up in what we think that matters, we can get wrapped up in the mind chatter, and we can get wrapped up in the bullshit, we really can. We can just get so wrapped up in the bullshit, but that's all part of life. That's all. It's up to us, just to break free from that. And that's what this time's all about. It really is. It's about us realising actually what we are. What we are. We're so bigger than what we are. We're a part of something so much bigger than what our limited mindset can, what we can understand. Yeah, absolutely. But it's grand because it's great, and it's great and it's grand. Why is it great and grand? It's great and grand because there's more and more people waking up every day, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love that I'm doing this. I feel that I'm doing something that's going to help. Yeah, it's going to help. It's going to help in the raising awareness. It's going to help people. It's going to help wonderful human beings to realise that they're wonderful human beings. And you're more than that. You're not just a wonderful human being. You're a divine expression of consciousness, playing your part in this wonderful world, that we seem to have got clogged down in with his minds and as just not being in control of his thoughts. We can change. We can change. We can change. We can change, and we can change, and we can change the world. We can, for the better, absolutely. Yeah, we can. So, anyway, getting back to the band thing, it took a lot of years for us to do an official gig. And it were only, believe it or not, in February of 2020, we did our first gig. My son was lead guitarist. And we did the first gig, and then coronavirus came in. Imagine that, eh? Corona came in, done first gig, yeah. So it was at the Harewood Arms in Wakefield, and it was packed, and we went down a storm. It were good. It were good. It were very good. And because we'd rehearsed, and we got it, and we were tight. It were good. But unfortunately now, because of the coronavirus and people's situations, and the drummer left, and because we knew we weren't going to be there for long. He was only 16, and we're going off to college. So as drummer left, you know, with a 16-year-old drummer, my mate's lad. And then, you know, and then Corona came and kicked in. So everything just got put on a back burner, and people's lives changed, and situations and stresses and anxieties, and, you know, and what's the word I'm looking for? Priorities. People's priorities. Yeah. So another, you know, rhythm guitarist left. Lovely lad. I called it a day with band. Yeah. I called it a day with band, man. So, but, I mean, our young'un's going to be doing something. You know, we've been recording, writing, you know, stuff. So it's just a case of getting it all typed up, and, you know, when all this clears, getting into a studio and getting some professional, because I'm not pro. I'm no pro. I'm no guitarist really. I can knock a few songs out, but young'un, he had about 6 years, 5 or 6 years, I think, 5 years, wasn't it? He had 5 years of guitar lessons, I think, something like that. And yeah, and his guitar tutor was absolutely spot on, brilliant. Yeah, great tutor, who born for that job. Yeah. So, and this is the thing, you see, where how lives can change, and how things can happen, and how we sometimes have to take a fall to, you know, to rebuild. Sometimes we have to be broken down to rebuild and evolve. It's that great word again, and evolve. And unfortunately, well, I'm saying unfortunately, it's not, because it's the way it had to go. Louis's guitar tutor, you know, he had his massive, it was just a big break. Absolutely just crumbled. Everything. His life, everything. He lost his, you know, friends to a certain extent. He lost his home. He lost his business. You know, so, and it was very sad. But he's back. And he came to see us at his gig. And I bigged him up. And he got a right round of applause for, you know, and rightly so, because he's all right. He's all right. Absolutely. So if you are watching this, mate, love you to pieces. I'm glad that you made a strong stuff, and you never gave up, and you never do give up, ever. You keep going and keep going, and that's bloody great. Is that you're around about. I don't mean you're around about where cars go around you. Oh dear, senses of humour. I beg your pardon. A sense of humour. I beg your pardon. I don't know. So, what really are we doing here? Just talking. Yeah, about life's experiences, and how life moves on, and about what if your world does crumble, and you do seemingly lose everything, you know, you can survive. You can. And you come back stronger. And you come back, you know, wiser. Yeah. And you come back with more compassion and more empathy for your fellow human beings. You do. You do. That's how it's happened with me. And, you know, it's, we can get through stuff, you know. The human being is resilient. Absolutely. A survivor, you know. I mean, You look at what's going off in the world at the moment, and there's a lot of, upheaval. But that's because of all this crap that's coming up and all the unrest and, it's all having to come out to be washed away. So, it's all part of the process. It's all part of the process. And it will get better. It will get better. Absolutely. So don't ever give in. Never give in. Be a survivor. Yeah. Keep going. And keep going and keep going. And realise that you are absolutely worthy of a beautiful life. You are. You are. All of you. For what you've endured for thousands of years, for what you've had to endure through pain and suffering, it's about time it all changed. So hang in there. Hang in there, because it will get better. It will. Of course it will. Positive mind. So stay positive. I'm Steve Appleyard, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.